Hello and welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. Today's video, we've got 1721 back in the chute to recheck this right front foot. We first saw her about 5 weeks ago, and after that trim, a lot of the comments suggested this may have been one of the worst ones we'd seen on this channel. So now, let's get this foot cleaned up and see how she healed. If you have not seen that original video, I'll put a link in the description below. You can check that out, and we'll do a quick recap now. What we have here is a white line defect that ended up resulting in a lesion that became infected with digital dermatitis. So we had to remove all the loose horn from in and around that lesion. We cleaned it really well with some chlorhexidine. We treated it with salicylic acid to kill the bacteria that's causing this lesion, and we applied a rubber block to keep that claw from touching the ground. Now we're back, and we're going to evaluate how that treatment went. At first glance, it appears like we've got the majority of that digital dermatitis cleared up, and we've got some good horn production throughout that claw. But let's get the knife out, really clean this up, and see how we've done. In earlier videos, I've talked about being able to estimate time based on the thickness of the horn or how much horn has been produced. That original trim, we were right at the corium level, and you can see here, 5 weeks out, we've got basically 1/4 of an inch of new growth, right on schedule. A question I get frequently is, why is the horn so dark in color right around these lesions? After we've treated them on these rechecks, the horn looks so dark and almost a black color. Is that from the oxidation, from the salicylic acid, or what is that? It's simply staining. That's all it is. The reason it's darker in those areas is because a lot of times I've had a block on that other claw. It's kept that claw elevated off the floor, so that staining has had more time to penetrate that foot. If you notice along the edges, along the outside wall of this claw right now, you'll notice it's lighter. That's because that portion of the foot has made contact with the cement, and it's taken that outside darker layer off of that. Just as we're trimming now with the grinder and removing some of that, it's nice and white underneath. It's just that surface staining from the slurry. After cleaning this up a bit, I can see there are still 2 small areas of digital dermatitis. So I'm going to get this other claw cleaned up and put a block on it. So if we rewind back 5 weeks, this spot down below was the initial lesion site. Then we swing up above, we've got the dermatitis up above as well as that initial lesion site. Now today, we're back looking at it. This little tiny spot left up above We've got good horn production in the middle here. And then we swing out back to that white line area where that initial lesion site was. You can see it's healed up pretty well too. There's just one little spot right in the center that's still got some dermatitis there. So we're going to treat this one more time, and I have full confidence that this will do the trick. Lately, I've gotten several questions about why I don't use a salicylic acid paste to treat these lesions. And for the simple purpose of, I do not want to dilute down that product. It's fairly mild when it comes to treating dermatitis, so I don't want to dilute it down too much and have it not do the job. So I stick to the powder in its pure form. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. For 1721 and myself, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.